before I even start this video, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not going to hold back. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I feel about Warzone 2. Yes, I am a COD partner. Yes, I love the Call of Duty devs, but I still have to be honest with my feedback, so here it is. The way I'm gonna break down this video is I'm gonna go over the top 5 things that need to be addressed like yesterday. Like I'm talking that if this does not get fixed, this game will die. Next, I'm gonna go over other cons about the game. These are not detrimental to the game, but I still believe they need to be addressed if Call of Duty wants to preserve Warzone 2. And lastly, I'm not just gonna sit here and just dog on the game the entire time. I'm gonna give you guys what I like about this game. All right, coming in at the #1 thing that they need to fix like yesterday is time to kill. Right now in this game, the one thing I see that everybody's complaining about, I'm talking about casuals, I'm talking about people that compete, is the time to kill. You literally die in 2 minutes. Let me explain. The time to kill on this game is incredibly fast. I've literally died in 2 bullets before. I've had 3 plates armor. I've spent 10 minutes looting just to run and then die to somebody with a pistol at 2 bullets me. It is ridiculous, and I think that Call of Duty needs to address this ASAP, because I'm telling you right now, a lot, and I mean a lot of their player base will leave if this is not addressed. Obviously, I'm not just gonna tell you guys what's wrong about something without giving a solution that I think would help. So for time to kill, right now, it says that the base health is 250 health, right? So that's 100 base health and then 150 armor, 250. In my opinion, this time to kill is incredibly faster than even Verdansk's time to kill. Verdansk's time to kill had 250 total health, right? But it still felt way longer than it is now. Let's say Caldera had 300 health time to kill, right? But that felt really, really, really long. In my opinion, I wasn't really a fan of Caldera's time to kill. I think it definitely should be somewhere in the mix of like Verdansk and time to kill. If anything, I think we should go to Verdansk's time to kill. So how do we fix this? In my opinion, right now, with 250 health, you're dying incredibly fast. So let's just add 50 more health to the base health, make it 300 total. And with the time to kill right now, that'll probably be along the same lines as Verdansk's time to kill. So in my opinion, raise that base health back to 150, plates 150, and we have 300 total health. In my opinion, I think that leaves a really good cushion for time to kill, where you're not dying in literally 2 bullets. All right, second, oh my God, second thing that needs to be addressed. And this is probably my biggest thing. My biggest thing is audio. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not think, I'm sorry, COD devs, you're watching this. I literally love you, but the audio is horrendous. I promise you, I cannot hear whether somebody is above me, underneath me. Okay, I cannot even hear if somebody's right next to me. The biggest thing is I cannot tell. Directional audio is okay. I can know that somebody's in front of me, but how far away? Are they 5 feet in front of me, or are they 50 feet in front of me? I'm telling you, it sounds the exact same. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people gave Warzone 1's audio like a bunch of shit, but in my opinion, I don't think Warzone 1 audio was that bad. I could hear if somebody was right next to me. I could hear if somebody was a mile away from me. Whether they were above me or below me was a little, bad. But like, as far as how close people were, it was very, very good. So it's one of those things, you don't know what you have until you lose it. Warzone 2 audio is horrendous. If there's a way, I don't know, I'm not a dev. If there's a way to backtrack and go back to Warzone 1 audio, I think they definitely do it, because that audio is significantly better than what we have now. Number 3, at detrimental, which I don't know why they took this out, but running while plating. You don't understand the effects that this has on the game. So it's not as simple as like, oh, I just want to be able to get from point A to point B while plating. That's not what's that's not what's bugging us. The thing that's bugging us is during gunfights, there is no more finesse. There is just, you shoot, and then if you're running into 3 people, you're dead. There's no way to get out of that. And I know the casual scene is gonna be like, oh, well, if you're 3v1, you should be able to like not win that. I'm gonna be honest, that's where like being good at a video game comes in handy, right? Like that's why we want to be able to, knock one, get the full kill, get away, be able to jump from like roof to roof, and being able to plate up, right? Being able to maneuver around buildings while running and plating up, and not feel like, oh, I have to sit in a corner, wait 30 seconds while I'm plating up. I genuinely think this needs to be changed. I don't know if this was intentional. I don't know what this, but it makes the game incredibly slow. It makes it to where literally, it happened to me even in the beta, where like I'm in a gunfight, I knock somebody and I'm running, and then I put on a plate and I instantly start like I like half my speed of when I'm walking. Like it's really bad. You feel like you're in jello. I think a lot of the people, even casuals, are gonna hate that. Anything that makes the game feel like that slow, I think definitely should be reverted. Number 4 thing that they need to fix, and this is another one of my, maybe like my number 2 thing needs to be fixed, is more money in general. Let me explain. The more money there is in the map, the faster it is. I think a lot of the things that people are complaining about right now, when it comes to loadouts, when it comes to pacing, all can be fixed by just adding a little bit more money. Let me explain. Right now, each gun costs $5,000 to get your gun. I'm okay with them not having loadout until like the third circle, whatever. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But make it at least attainable to get one gun, at least for everybody in your squad. Right now, there is no money. Yeah, you can do contracts, but those contracts give you $1,700 each for completing it. It doesn't matter what it is. Other contracts give you money in the contract, right? It's a little hard to explain, but there's not a lot of money. I've talked to people and they say like, it's very inconsistent. Sometimes you feel like you have little money. Sometimes you feel like you have a lot. I'll be honest, for me, I feel like I never have any money. My teammates never have any money. In my opinion, either add significant, and I mean like 200% more money, or make everything in the buy station significantly cheaper. Like I'm talking like half. You don't have enough money for a UAV. You don't have enough money to buy your guns for your team. There's literally no money on the ground, and it makes the game incredibly slow. Now, the number 5. Oh my God. I know this is going to be addressed, at least I hope, but this is probably one of the worst things that needs to be fixed ASAP. And it's not my biggest, like I don't hate it as much because this doesn't happen to me as much, but I know 99% of the people, dev errors. You're on, 15 kills with 80 up. You're about to PR. Dev error. You're like a casual and you have 5 kills and you're top 5 situation. You're about to get your first ever win. Dev error. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than literally feeling so locked into the game, feeling so immersed, and then dev erroring, and just all your work was for nothing. In my opinion, that is the top 5 things that I think need to be addressed. Time to kill, up it. Audio, change it back to Warzone 2. Running while plating, that's very simple. Just make it so you can run while plating like in Warzone 1. Then more money, add more money, double it. Then dev errors, I don't know how to fix that. That's you guys. But in my opinion, those are the 5 things that are detrimental to the game. And if these 5 things are not addressed, this game will die. All right, now let's get into the stuff that I believe is not significantly bad, but it is bad nonetheless, and I think it needs to be addressed. Coming in number 1 at things that need to be addressed right now is the movement, right? So for those of y'all who don't know, the movement in multiplayer is completely different from the movement in Warzone 2. So in multiplayer, your auto tac sprint resets in 1 to 2 seconds. You tac sprint, slow down to run, and then you tac sprint again. It resets by itself. In Warzone 2, that's not the case. Go try it out for yourself. Warzone 2, you tac sprint, then you start running, it slows you down, and then you just don't reset your tac sprint. ADS feels incredibly slow. You go to Caldera just came out yesterday, back again, right? The ADS speed on all of Warzone 1 guns is significantly faster than any gun right now in Warzone 2. It makes it so that everything just feels like you're a snail playing the game. So that. Then there's sliding. Right now, there is zero purpose to sliding. Quite literally, zero purpose to sliding. You slide, you're probably going to die. If you want to get from a corner to a corner, you just dive, right? Right now, if you're sliding, you cannot aim down sight. You cannot shoot while sliding. Make it so that way, when you're sliding, you're able to aim down sight and shoot while sliding. I promise you, this is going to make it so around corners, I'm able to slide, pre-fire, and there's a purpose to it. Right now, might as well take sliding out of the game because I'm going to be honest, it doesn't do anything. Coming in at number 2 is perk packages. Right now, every perk doesn't work unless you're on console, right? Perks, they just choose when they want to show up and when they want to work, when they don't, Right now, if you're on PC, you cannot make custom perks. I've heard and I've read that if you're on Xbox, you're allowed to make perk packages and custom perks that you want. I don't know what's the glitch. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to make perk packages or if there's presets, but again, this needs to be addressed. Why go back and backtrack and make it to where you're not able to use perks where you're so used to that, right? I get it. You guys want to innovate. You know, I completely understand, you know, but there's ways to innovate. And I think you guys have done a great job at innovating, which I'll get into in the good part of the video, right? All the goods. But definitely this is one of those things that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So that's my thing with that. Talking about if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's talk about the looting system. This is number 3 of things that need to be fixed. So looting system, in my opinion, I understand what they were trying to do, but it can work. I still think backpacks are good. I think it's cool. I've already gotten used to it. It is going to be a quote unquote mini skill gap where looting and moving through your inventory is going to become natural. I've already gotten used to it. Like I said, I've been playing around 11 hours every day since the game came out, and I'm already used to it. There are things that need to be fixed, in my opinion, that will make it way smoother. For example, ammo in guns. In my opinion, it should be like back in Warzone 1, where you have your sniper ammo, your AR ammo, your SMG ammo, your shotgun ammo, all of that automatically, if you hover over it, it picks it up. That is my opinion. Right now, only if you have that type of gun do you pick up the ammo. So if you have an AR, you run over AR ammo, it automatically picks it up. If you don't have a sub, you will not automatically pick up the sub. And then to make things worse, if you, let's say you're end game, right? You have only an AR. If you swap your AR and pick up a sub, you have 0 sub ammo. Why? Because you don't have a sub. You didn't have a sub before that. So, in my opinion, I think they definitely need to fix that. Another little thing about the looting system that I think could be improved on is, let's say you have 2 streaks, one on you, right? And then one in your backpack. I think if you automatically use the streak on you, let's say you have a UAV, right? You pop the UAV, whatever streak is in your backpack should automatically go into your on-person inventory. So that way I don't forget that I have a UAV. Coming in at number 4 of things that need to be addressed. This is one of those things that I was almost gonna put in like the drastically need to be fixed. But, okay, guys, devs, anybody watching this, anybody from Call of Duty, I love you, I really do. Why did we change the armor system? The armor system was quite literally the most perfect thing in any BR. Better than Apex, better than any BR you can think of. The armor system in Call of Duty was amazing. Everybody starts off with 2 plates, but if you find a plate on the ground, you can equip the 3rd one. You didn't have to go and there was, you know, loot for a satchel where there's RNG, right? Because how many times you run into somebody at the beginning of the game where you have 2 plates, they, you know, luck found a satchel and you die because they had 3 plates. I know these BR enthusiasts are going to be, oh, well, you know, that's BR, it's luck. Listen, Warzone 1 blew up because of the lack of RNG. You could control the RNG to a certain extent. It was a mix between an arcade shooter and a BR, and it made for something that was perfect, right? I get it's a new year, it's a new game, they're going to innovate. Okay, let's innovate, but let's not completely throw away what we know. If anybody's watching this, it would make the game so much more fun. Make it to where 3 plates are standard across the board. And if you find a satchel, it's like tempered, or you're able to put on plates faster with the satchel. Last but not least of things that I think need to be addressed is the buy stations. All right, there's a couple things that every buy station I feel needs to have. One of those things is armor satchels. In my opinion, every single buy station should have armor satchels. Another thing, there needs to be more buy stations, in my opinion. I feel like I'm always trying to find some, or, you know, at the end game, sometimes in even 3rd, 4th circle, there's no buy station. So increase the counts of buy stations. And last but not least, can we please make it to where there's at least 2 or more UAVs in every buy station? I want to find that sweet spot, man. And right now, I think 1 UAV is just, you have to, if you find one or somebody has already used it, right? Then you got to go run across the map to buy another UAV. Make it to where there's 2 or more UAVs. It's going to make the game run incredibly smooth. Right now, the biggest thing I'm seeing with this game is pacing. We need to up that pace significantly. All that, right? You heard me say all the bad. Let me tell you, even with every single thing I just named, I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen, devs, come here. Look me in the eye. I am addicted to this game. Even with everything in this game, even with all the bugs, even with the dev errors, even with the time to kill being incredibly slow, I am still addicted to the game and I still love it. Does that mean I'm happy with where it's at? No. That means I am content at what they've put into the game and I'm satisfied with where it's at and I know it's going to improve. So let me go in at the number 1 thing I love about this game. That is the map. Oh my God. This map is incredible. Incredible. You know what? maybe it's a bad take, I don't know. I'm going to go out and say that I like this map better than Verdansk. This is like 10 times the map that Caldera was. This map is beautiful. It's amazing. You're able to finesse in and out of buildings to a certain extent, right? Because the plating and all that. But like, there's building fights. You're not dying out in the open, right? You know, guns, you know, we'll get to the guns right now. But the map feels immersive. You're in an actual war zone. Whoever was in charge of designing this map, amazing. It feels like a Verdansk 2.0. Please, please, please never go back to the Caldera style. This map needs to stay. This style map needs to stay. That advanced, you know, buildings, you know, there's different elements to the game. But in my opinion, for sure, stick to the style, Verdansk, futuristic style, where there's buildings, you know, there's a downtown area, you know, there's malls, like things like that. You know, it makes for a great immersive experience where people don't get bored of the game. Where if it like Caldera, it's just all out in the open. You know, that gets tiring after a week. Coming in at the number 2 thing that I love about this game is gunfights. All guns have recoil now. And for me, I love that. I love not being able to get beamed across the map by somebody, you know, sorry guys, a bot using a kilo, right? Across the map with no recoil, a Krig, and just being able to map you. I love that every single gun has recoil. I love that. Keep that in the game. I love the balance that we have right now with that, right? But that doesn't come without saying that smoke needs to be like cut in half. The smoke on your gun from like an M4 when shooting it, you can't even see what you're shooting at, you know? So I think that definitely needs to be addressed. But the gunfights, they feel rewarding because there is recoil. You have to actually hit your shots. You know that when you fought somebody, you earned that and you killed them. You earned that kill, right? Now imagine when they up the time to kill. If they up the time to kill, it's going to make for such a great experience. And last but not least of things that I love about this game is the nuke. Okay, now I know this is mainly for like the sweaty tryhards, the people who like want something to aim for, but the nuke has given me and my squad something to go for every single day. I already have a nuke, right? So the way you get a nuke is 5 wins in a row. Then after that, you get a contract, and the contract is insanely hard. Everybody knows on the map you're getting a nuke. Everybody can see you on the map. It's incredible. I love it. It makes for insane storylines. Guys, from now on going forward, there should be something like this, whether it be a nuke, whether it's something crazy that is very hard to obtain, every single BR. It makes it to where even the casuals are like, damn, I wish I could do that one day. And makes it to where they have to play the game more to get better at the game to achieve something like a nuke, you know, right? Like people complain, oh, I'm not good enough to do that. Like, why do you add that to the game? Well, you know, 90%, 99% of this game is for casual players. We're giving 1% of things to people who are good at the game to grind and give them something like insane to go for. I love the nuke. I think you can even improve off of the nuke, right? After a year, after 6 months, change it up, add something different, you know, change the contract. There's so many things that we can do. I love the nuke idea. I think it's amazing. And you get exclusive skin / rewards, like this skin. All in all, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I love this game. I love Call of Duty. I'm addicted to Warzone 2 how I was addicted to Warzone 1. And I think a lot of people are hating on it. And I think it's one of those things that you don't know what you have until it's gone, right? If I had to put it on a scale from 0 to 10, right now, this game is a 7 out of 10. With all these fixes, I promise you, this game will be a 10 out of 10. It makes for an incredible experience just right now. And that's it. There's so many little bugs that I know are going to be addressed. If they just make the quality of life improvements. Shout out my boy Ted, you know, because him and the team made an incredible amount of quality of life improvements to Caldera. The map, in my opinion, was horrible, but Raven Software and the team, they made an incredible, like made a map playable by all the quality of life improvements. You know, the lootable perks, the balloons, all the things that they added that made the game so much more fun. Now, let's add that to Warzone 2, and I promise you, we're gonna have an insane game.